Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Well, I wasn't sure if I was going to be making this video, let alone any videos today. And it's actually very, very early for me to start making videos. I usually don't start making videos until like between 2 and 4, but it is currently 12:53 p.m. right now. And little Boo Radley is sleeping next to me. And the reason why I said I didn't know if I was going to make any videos today is if you watched this will play out into what I'm going to talk about with my weight loss journey this week. But if you watch my vlog from last night, in the last couple days, we have just had a very, very worrisome week with our little dog, Boo Radley. And we were taken to the emergency vet the other night, and then we had a vet appointment this morning. And in all honesty, and I said this in my vlog last night, like I had 50% hope and I had 50%, like I didn't know. Like I kind of thought maybe I didn't know. I just was very, very worried. But we went to the vet this morning, and the vet appointment went amazing. It went fantastic. So little Boo Radley is back home, and he is sleeping right next to me. So I'm like, I'm gonna film my videos in the bedroom this morning, or today, this morning. This is morning for me. But yeah, it's been a very troubling week. We've been very, very worried about our dog, and so I didn't know what this was going to be like today. I didn't know if we would go into this appointment and we would hear really, daunting, horrible news, or if it would go well. I had no idea because we didn't really know what was going on. So anyway, but the appointment went very, very well. If you want to hear more about that, I'm going to talk about it on my vlog today. So I will give a full update over on my vlog of everything that we found out from the vet appointment. I do want to say that I posted some things about this on Instagram, and I've also put it on my vlog, and I mentioned it in a couple other videos as well, and people have just been so incredible. I have received, just literally hundreds and hundreds of DMs from people, and people are so kind and so nice and sharing stories of things that they've gone through, and I just really, really appreciate it. It just was really, really helpful in this time. So let's talk about this week with the weight loss journey. So for those of you that have been watching along, this is the 30th week. Today is the 30th week of the weight loss journey. Well, there was two weeks that I took off because of being on vacation. So this is really the 32nd week, but this is the 30th week that I have posted. I can't believe it. It seems a little surreal that I'm kind of exactly where I began, but I guess to some degree that's progress, but I don't really feel like it is. It's maintenance. It's not really progress, right? Let's keep it real. But I'll get to the weight in just a second. So for those of you that have been following along, you know that I have this appointment with a dietitian and an appointment with a personal trainer. So that is both happening. The personal trainer has we've had to kind of move that appointment around a little bit. So that is going to happen sometime tomorrow. He's going to get back to me. My doctor's appointment is tomorrow, and then at the tail end of my doctor's appointment, my dietitian is going to come in, or the person that I'm working with, she's going to come in, and she's going to sit down with me and my doctor and go over my blood work and things like that, and then I'm going to meet with her and have that appointment. So next week, I will have a lot more details about those two appointments. So I don't have really anything to share about this is what happened. So I had all these appointments this week, and I had a neurologist appointment on Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday. Yeah, I had a neurology appointment on Tuesday, and I thought that was my primary care physician appointment for some reason in my head. But anyway, that appointment actually got moved to last week. So I didn't have the appointment on Tuesday. I had it last week instead. So I thought this stuff would happen and I would have something to report, but I don't. But so anyway, let me give you the short rundown. Boo Radley started getting, not just about Boo Radley, but Boo Radley started not feeling great last Thursday. Friday was really the first day that we were really kind of, I was worried about him, but we were really starting to worry about him on Friday. I am such a stress eater, and this is something that I did in this last week, reach out to my accountability partners and also, people that I'm working with and things like that, and talking to them about, because to be honest with you, and I'm sure this is a relatable feeling, and I'm sure other people have worked through that, so if you have suggestions on how you've worked through it, please let me know. But in the moment where I am completely stressed out, and I'm I could be without a dog in a week, I just don't even really care, if you want to know the truth. My weight loss goals in that moment, it's everything just kind of goes out the window. I'm just I don't really care. I just want to watch a TV show with my dog and be comfortable, and I just want to eat. I don't really care how healthy I'm in this moment, and it just kind of goes out the window, right? So that's the first thing. So, I know I'm making it sound like I gained like 5 pounds. That's not what happened. But anyway, so I didn't eat super healthy. It would be like one night I would like, you know, heat up stuff that I had around the house, like some of the meals that I have and stuff, and I wouldn't eat that bad at all. And the next night I just be like, I'm gonna eat something that I want to eat tonight. So it kind of went back and forth a little bit. But part of the problem is I'm not being active whatsoever. I'm not working out or anything because the blisters are still healing on my feet. I said this in my vlog last night. I was gonna start walking, or the night before, I don't know what night I said it, but I was gonna start walking, and the situation with Boo, just like this week, that's kind of dominated everything. And so I was gonna walk last night, and I was like, no, I just would rather spend time with him. So, because I didn't know, you know, I didn't know if that was gonna be like the last night. So I just was like, no, I'm not gonna go walk. I'm gonna spend time with Boo Radley tonight. And I did, and I'm thankful that I did. But tonight, since he's doing better, and Alex, he actually just sat up. He was laying down, now he just sat up. He's very, very tired because he had to have blood work today. And so we have to give him what we tell him it's his funny medicine, but it's trazodone, doggy trazodone. So he gets half of it last night and then half of it this morning. So he's very, very tired because he does not like having blood taken. He's very anxious. But anyway, so tonight my plan is to start walking again. I feel like my blisters, I mean, if you saw them, you'd be like, Peter, those are bad. I really, to be honest with you, it's crazy that I got these blisters on my feet. I mean, I learned my lesson years ago because every trip I would go on, I would wear brand new shoes and I would walk like 2 hours and whatever. This was not the case. It was like a half an hour walk and my feet didn't start hurting until like 15 minutes in. And the shoes I had worn all the time. Like I'd worn them without socks. We had gone to events and dinners and I'd worn them without socks and my feet were completely fine. So I thought there's not going to be anything wrong with it. If you saw my feet, it literally looks like the back of my feet, like somebody took a knife to it. I mean, it's bad on both of my feet. My left foot is a little bit better than my right foot, but I'm thinking that tonight I'll be able to walk. So tonight is my trial attempt to walk. I'm making my videos early enough that I think I can walk while it's still light outside. So if I can't walk with like Band-Aids and, oh, there he is. Why, honey? If I can't walk with my Band-Aids and my sneakers on, then I'm just going to walk around the neighborhood like several times, with my Birkenstock sandals on. So the back of my foot is out. But I'm going to do my best. And so tonight I'm getting back into the walking. And then tomorrow I have my doctor's appointment. And either tomorrow or Saturday, I'll be meeting with the personal trainer. So that's kind of where we're at with everything this week. I'll be honest with you, it's like I didn't really get too down on myself about not eating great. I just was like, I honestly, after like the second night, I thought I was going to get on the scale. I weighed myself like 3 times, I think, in this last week. I thought I would get on the scale, and I thought I would have gained like 7 or 8 pounds, but that was not the case. I weighed myself today. Let me pull up my FitnessPal. And okay, so last week when I weighed myself, I was 207.1, which I lost, I think, 1.4 pounds last week. So I weighed myself this morning, and it was early this morning too. I mean, I usually get up later and weigh myself before the weigh-in, so I don't know, maybe I'm, you know, skinny legend if I weighed myself right now. But I weighed myself this morning when I got up, and that was at like, because we left here at like 9:10. So I think it was like 8:30 I weighed myself, and I was 207.9. So I gained 0.8 pounds over the past week, which isn't horrible. I'm just like so stuck in this maintenance thing. And I think I said this last week. Did I say this last week? That I'm like, yeah, I did. That I'm setting a goal for myself. That by Halloween, you know, I have like a goal weight that I want to set. It's not about the numbers for me. I mean, a little bit it is. I'm not going to say that it's not. I mean, I wouldn't weigh myself if it wasn't about the numbers. A little bit it's about the numbers for me. But not in the way that it was like 5 years ago, where I was like, if I could just get to this weight, I'd be happy. What I've realized in the 30, 40 years that I have been dieting, eating healthy, not eating healthy, working out, not working out. And the 30, 40 years that I've been doing this now, one of the things I've learned is that a weight on a scale does not equal happiness to me. I mean, it's taken me a long time to learn that. I thought for a long time, well, I'll tell you something interesting that I learned recently, but I thought for a long time that, I would, like, if I could get to this weight, like, because certain weights would remind me of certain things. Like, And I'll probably have done it in this series as well. Like, if I, this was the weight that I was when I got married. So if I could get to that weight, like, I have a picture in my head of what that looks like. But I also remember, like, at my wedding, I wasn't even happy. I felt like I was super heavy then, right? And then I can remember, like, I had to go in this, like, work conference thing, and I bought these pants, and I remember what size they were, and I remember what I weighed at that time. I think it was, like, 181, and I could fit into, like, a pair of, like, I think like 30, it was like the first time in a long time that I got into like a pair of 32 waist jeans or these khakis that I got. And so I was like really excited about that. So to me, like in my head, like weights of the past, I still like hold to that. What's interesting about it is, I think I may have shown this in my video. Do I have them right here? I might have them right here. But so, for those of you that do not know, my husband, a couple years ago for our anniversary when we were in Las Vegas, he bought me a new wedding band because my wedding, which is actually pretty loose on my finger, because this is when I was like 265, 268 that we bought this. But my wedding band and our engagement ring did not fit me for years and years and years. People would say, why does your husband wear an engagement ring and a wedding band, but you don't ever wear one? Well, it was because I was too heavy. It wouldn't fit me. What was strange about that was, so here I will show you I think I've shown this before. So here are our engagement rings that Alex really, really wanted. They were from Tiffany's. They are really, really cool rings, and he still wears his every single day. Let me show you where. So this is my wedding band that I got, and this is the engagement ring. I could probably get it on if I can tell I could get it on. I just don't know that I could get it off, and it's really, really tight. And then here are our wedding bands. Now, my wedding band, when Alex got the wedding bands, and when I got the wedding band was really, really tight already. You can see, like, it hardly even goes down my finger. It was really tight, and I was, like, upper 80. I think I was, like, 187 or something like that when we got married, or maybe 190. I don't know, but I think it was, like, 187. So the wedding band never really fit me, so it definitely doesn't fit me now. So I have that in here. But the engagement thing, the ring, what's interesting about this is, and like I said, I could probably get this on, but it would like take a lot to get off. What's interesting about the engagement ring, and it's been kind of, to be honest with you, like the wedding band means a lot to me, but it never really fit. I would wear it, but it was painful. And because it's inscribed inside, they can't stretch it out. They can't, like, not whatever they do to rings. They can't move it. But the engagement ring, they also can't. I don't know if you can, it's not showing up on film, but it's like this, like, meshed wire. And so they can't change the sizing of that either, or I would get it changed. And so what I remember about this is, though, we were at Pride Day. I actually have pictures of it. And I had a purple Grateful Dead t-shirt on. And I remember weighing myself that morning, and I was 218. And I don't know how I remember that. I just remember it. But I remember my ring was tight that morning. And I was like, no, I'm wearing this ring today. Like, I mean, I know it's getting tight, but, like, I wore it all the time, right? And so, and I, for a long time, had one of those rubber rings, too, that people, like, work out. Alex, I'll be honest with you, he did not love it. He didn't like that I had that. He's like, if you're not going to wear the ring that we exchanged, he's like, I'd just rather you not wear a ring at all. And so that day, I remember, like, the next day putting it on, and it was, like, too tight. And I can remember thinking to myself, well, maybe it's just, like, water weight gain. Like, I drank a lot of water yesterday. And it was, like, the next day, it still didn't fit. Well, because I was progressively gaining weight. And that was the last time that I ever regularly wore this ring. And that was when I was 218 pounds. And so I kept on thinking that if I could just reach 218 pounds, then I could wear this ring, right? Well, 218 pounds came and went. I mean, I'm below 208 pounds. Now I'm 10 pounds thinner than when I wore this ring. Now I'm like questioning myself, like, was I not 218 pounds? But I know that I was. And in fact, I kind of went back on my FitnessPal and I looked at when that would have been, like that summer, and it was like from 215 to like 230. I was like going up and down that whole summer, and then like that fall I just kind of like stayed at 230, 235, and like it was like every year I progressively went up. And so I know that I was 218 when I could put this ring. Well, what's interesting is that your body changes over time. It's like my hats don't fit my head the same way, even being thinner now, than when I even look on video, like when I first started, and I was, a lot heavier. I was, 22 pounds heavier, 23 pounds. I think I was 230 when I started on YouTube, something like that. I was 22 pounds heavier than I am now, and my hats don't fit me the same way that they did when I started on YouTube. So it's not just gaining weight. It's also like you age, and as you age, your body changes, and the way that your body looks changes, and things like that. So that's one of my goals. That's not so much about the scale as it is, about just, I want to wear this ring again. In fact, you know what? I'm going to actually, I always keep it in this box, but I'm going to keep it out here where I keep my engagement ring as a goal. But you know, it's interesting when I think back about like different weights that I was and stuff like that. I remember after my ex and I broke up, I lost quite a bit of weight. I was really, really working out like every single day. I was eating really healthy. And I got down to, well, when I met him, so we gained a lot of weight together. And when I met him, I was like 270, I think, 269 or 270. And then when we broke up, no. 170, sorry, 169, 170. And when I start looking like too thin around like 160, like 160, I look really, really thin. Or I did back in the day. And so, I gained a lot of weight. I mean, I gained like 100 pounds, 80 to 100 pounds while we were together in 6.5 years. I mean, it's a lot of weight to gain in 6.5 years. And so towards the end of our relationship, I started working out. I started losing weight and stuff like that. And I just was pretty manic about working out. Like after we broke up, I think it was like a time filler because I didn't really have anything else to do. I also became a vegetarian that year. It was when my mom passed away. And so I lost like 20 pounds as soon as I became a vegetarian. And when I first became a vegetarian, I was a pretty healthy vegetarian. And so I lost like 20 pounds right away. And I was already eating pretty healthy anyway. And so I got down. Like when I met Alex, I was like, I mean, I had gone from like 240, 260, and I was like down to like, I think like 180, 175 or 180 when I met Alex. And so, you know, but the thing that's interesting is I can remember feeling heavy then. I can remember getting married and, you know, being like, I think it was 187 or 190 or something like that. 187 always sticks out in my head. And I can remember like buying a different swimsuit at by the pool, at the little gift shop because I didn't like my swimsuit because I felt like it made me look too heavy, and I can be really conscious. It's like, that's where the body dysmorphia kicks in, and I'm never really happy at any weight that I'm at, and that's why, for me, it's about having to be, like, on this, like, journey of self-discovery. It's not just about the number on the scale for me. The number on the scale is great, right? But I think, like, the ring proves, like, I thought forever, if I could just get down to 218, I could get on this, you know, I can remember, like, looking at the scale as it, like, got closer and closer, and I literally thought, like, the day you hit 218, the ring will fit on your finger. Well, that didn't happen. You know, I'm less than 208, and it's still not fitting on my finger. So, you know, it's like, I don't know that the number necessarily really matters, but the number for me is a goal, I think. And so, by October, you know, I have set these goals. So anyway, that's where we're at this week. I gained 0.8 pounds, and I'm not upset about it. I'll be honest with you. I'm more upset about the fact that I'm like constantly gravitating between 207 and 210. It's like I can't get below that at all. I'm just like stuck there constantly, right? Like that's it for me. But I also know that the harder I work and the more I do, that I will reach my goals someday. So I'm hopeful. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below. And next week I will have a big update for you guys after I've met with all these people. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.